What's up? This is Gun Sully with the podcast, and I'm here with King, the King High, yeah, wanna talk about what we got going on in our lives. The podcast, the Wiretap Wednesday today is gonna introduce Sully's Hot Sauce Store, our new sponsor. But we've always been hashtag non-spawn repping live, learn, innovate, evolve.
Live and live. It's what they call it, a homonym, right?
What is that? What is
Same spelling,
yeah,
different word, right?
What?
So
yeah.
At the end of the day, we gonna go with the homonyms right
Okay.
here.
I like that.
You can say it
so
either
you can
way.
work with the work with it however you want to fit it in the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got your old head right
Yeah,
there.
I got the old one right there. That one's sharp, very bright. This one's very subdued. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Look at how it just like that. I love it.
Hey,
so,
yeah.
That's tight.
I love
when you get it
reaction.
like in that shade, it's like black. And you come over here and it's just like 3-dimensional. I love it.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I love that reaction, man. That'd be the best feeling, like when you design something from your own brain and then people actually gravitate towards it. Like, that's why I always say, man, I'm grateful for my return customers, my first time customers, and the people who still plan on shopping, because sometimes things like happen in life or whatever. So
link to my hot sauce and his gear is in the description below.
Yeah.
So
I would say I would try some of that hot sauce, man, but the last time I tried some hot sauce with you, man, I almost died, man. So I won't. Is that like nothing?
Good burn?
Good burn.
Good burn, not bad burn. This one's good.
So I the end is what, just for experimental purposes. It's not even for food.
The end is just for the videos. That's it. That's just to get that. So yeah, last time.
Do you think there's people that actually put that on their food though?
I don't think so. I think that's just to challenge food. So have you seen
money that way though?
Only if you go real just like a challenge, like real overreaction.
You gotta go viral.
Yeah, it's gotta be a viral challenge.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was saying I got a YouTuber friend that has like about 300,000 subs, and I was thinking if I could get him to take a shot of this, then we could then we might have a thing. That people might be like.
He might be like, nah, this is really a good burn, like
No, I need him to take a whole shot of it, like whoa. Freak out a little bit, and then but he'd be faking, he'd be faking, right? He'd be faking it a little bit because it's not that bad. It is a burn, but it's not that burn. It's not that bad of a burn.
I want to try some of it now that you say that though, because I like spicy stuff, but like you said, that if that was literally just for experiment, man, it's cool. But
let's see if I got a tiny fridge with hot sauces in it. Let me see if I got.
Wow.
This is.
Hey man.
Yeah, if people are like, I like hot sauce. Do you have a tiny fridge with hot sauces in it?
Hey, look, they say you can't crown yourself, right? You say you can't crown yourself, so I'm crowning this man the DC hot sauce king, man. He's walking around with a hot sauce mini fridge. Who does that?
I don't have good burn in here though. I got my this is the Carolina Reaper one.
Oh man,
I got that one in there.
Look, I don't even want to touch it. I feel like my hands are burned. Like, yeah, this is the hot sauce king of goddamn DC right here, man.
Ooh, thank you, sir.
Crowning, man. Oh, with a live hat. Matter of fact, crowning with a live crown. You did, yeah. That's crazy.
Thank you.
Wow.
But yeah, we'll definitely have to try that at some point. But I do have to ask you right now to get into like the fun podcast territory. Have you seen Endgame yet?
Endgame, I haven't. So actually, my lady friend hasn't seen a couple of the movies, so we actually plan on going to go see Endgame on Tuesday. Okay. But right now she's watching Guardians of the Galaxy. It's essential.
So she's got to work her way up a little bit.
No, but she's already seen a couple of the other movies, but she didn't never know that Guardians of the Galaxy was an essential part of the Avengers.
You're right. So right.
It's like, all right, now so you gotta watch that. So
you gotta work all that stuff in there. Yeah, I'm so no spoilers. No spoilers for King. Oh my gosh.
Everybody been trying to spoil it though, but what I do is like I just take it with a grain of salt because like when I found out, I definitely found out before I watched Infinity Wars. Spoiler alert, I guess if you haven't seen that. But when I found out that Black Panther died and Spider-Man died and all that other stuff, like it was in the comments, and I was like, no. But they said a couple other people died that didn't die. So now this time I'm just taking it with a grain of salt. Like, all right, whoever they said died, I'm not gonna believe them. I'm just taking it like, all right, y'all just trying to mess the movie up for people, and I'm just whatever. I'm gonna go into it with a blank slate of mine, like
right. And you know, I gotta say, like it's a trip to watch it. So you just gotta go in there and you know.
I know a few people who've seen it, man. They said, yeah, 3 hours. I was like a little bit apprehensive about the 3 hours. Like 3 hours of sitting and watching anything is going to have me like, but from what I heard, that 3 hours seemed like an hour and a half.
Right.
So.
It definitely goes. It flows. You know, and they've got a good pace to it, and yeah, they definitely opened some doors to some crazy crap going on, and some stuff happening that you're just like, wait a minute. What's happening now? You know, so there's a whole bunch of points where you
go back. So is it supposed to be another movie?
I have no clue. And I think that's I you know, and I hope I'm not spoiling anything by saying I have no clue, because I was with Infinity War, people were like, "Oh, don't spoil Infinity War," and it's like, spoiler alert, you can't spoil it because it didn't end.
Exactly.
Like it's not gonna end with a dead Spider-Man and a dead Black Panther and all this, and then you see there's another Spider-Man movie coming out in 2 years, and you're like, okay, well, I know that Spider-Man's not really dead, so I know the movie's not over, so I know it's going to be continued, you know? So it's like, you can't spoil Infinity War because it didn't end.
You know what's the good part about it, though, about going back and watching My Lady Friends? It's just like, do you watch Game of Thrones?
No. I don't. I don't have HBO. But you're into that.
Bro, I could give you my HBO Go and let you watch the whole thing. It's worth it. You can watch it from season 1, episode 1, and watch it all the way through. I literally just watched it a second time, getting her into it. So, and it was all worth it watching it again. And like, season 8 is crazy, and we only got 2 episodes left. And
man, what do you? Okay, all right. So I know I don't want to say what he said, but this was a little bit of a controversy. What do you think about Drake accepting an award and then dropping a little spoiler there?
Well, hold up. So I didn't see that.
Okay. So
what happened?
So okay, spoiler alert, and he was at the I think it was the Music Video Awards. And he walked up and said at the end, he goes, and props to Arya Stark for putting in that work.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Man, I think first of all, I think Drake is really intelligent, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, you got to know what's going on in the world. Like it's not, even though you may be a person I'm sitting right next to that never seen Game of Thrones, for the most part, like, the entire United States have pretty much seen that. So you got to connect with your fan base.
You got to know what people are doing.
Yeah, like that's what's going on. So you got to definitely put your 2 cents in on it, so people know that you're hip, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was just like the world over was talking about that, or the United States over was talking about that. So it's just like, all right, boom, let me go ahead and harp on that, so that people can understand that I'm never out of relativity. You know what I'm saying?
So, what's your take on this? I had this conversation with a customer driving Uber about why people are more respectful to not spoil Infinity War versus Game of Thrones. Like, Game of Thrones, on the other hand, they're just like, oh, do you see what happened? And they'll just like talk about it.
Possibly, this is just, I always can come up with something out of my, put a rabbit out of the hat. But now, honestly, I think maybe because when you go to the movies, you pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And like, if I'm spoiling it for you 9 times out of 10, you weren't going to take your ass to the movie to go see it anyway. But if you got HBO, you know what I'm saying? Granted, you know what I'm saying, you pay for cable or whatever, but like, that's in your home. Like, you pay a month of that, and it's like in your home for 30 days. So it's not like you just I gotta spend this money right now and then do this, and then that money's gone. Like,
right. So you think it's sort of that, like, it's an event to go to a theater. It's not as much of an event to watch it at home.
Exactly. But Game of Thrones has become an event just because of the simple fact of how big it is. Like, when you see everybody on each network in sports. They go from sports to hip hop radio. Everybody's talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a topic of conversation because, like I said, it's to show that this radio station or this whatever is hip. Like we know what's going on with the United States, so to speak, or the people. You know, so
my theory was that basically it's factional. Mm-hmm. So you got what's going on Game of Thrones is factional. Mm-hmm. You know, you got different tribes or nations, you know, and you got people who identify like I'm with what's the dragon. Yeah, you get I identify with her and her people, and you know you got people who are like, oh, I'm Stark, I'm, you know, and
so you know a little bit.
I know a little bit about it, but it's like you know, a lot of it I pick up from like South Park and stuff like that, you know. So
man, South Park got new episodes. That's crazy.
And they did back when the Red Wedding was like had just come out. They did an entire
the Red Wedding is probably like one of the most epic things of the whole series. Like before they get to the big, you know what I'm saying, what the whole series is really about. Like the series is about dead versus the living, and then after that, I guess it's about the living moving on, but you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like the real series is about, you know what I'm saying, the dead versus the living. It's really, like they said, Game of Thrones, technically the dead has a king too, so it's really just a bunch of kings just plotting to try to take over Westeros.
Okay. And I feel like people watch that and they see it almost like watching the news. They just see it like that faction versus this faction. That's my faction, and I'm just gonna like screw those guys. You see how we kick their ass, and that's how it's like. I mean, then they identify
kind of for the most part. Like I think Infinity Wars or Endgame might be more so like that because you kind of identify with a superhero. Like you might be like, all right, this is I like Spider-Man with Spider. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're all on the same side.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. You can identify with those superheroes,
but
and you
all
can
on
be
the same side.
Yeah, exactly. And you're a dick if you're like. That's the whole movie. But
I like
Civil
Thanos.
War. The whole movie Civil War.
I like Thanos though. No. Thanos is a fucking beast. Like when he beat the shit out the Hulk. I was like, oh man.
Oh my gosh. There is a Thanos fight scene in Endgame that is the most priceless. It has the most priceless moment that Thanos does just to just Oh my gosh. I want to say it so bad. I just want to Okay, can I say it but not say who he does it to?
No, you can't.
It's so clever though. It's so great.
Because I gotta see the cleverness in it and everything.
Okay,
too,
okay.
I appreciate you, man.
All right. No spoilers. All right, I think we should end it there. This has been a good wrap on.
Go watch Game of Thrones, man. I don't promote a lot of stuff, especially big business that already has plenty of money. They're shooting fucking $15 million episodes for the 8th season. Some of the episodes might be upwards of 20 million. Oh man, go watch it. It's worth it.
Watch Game of Thrones. Buy you some live gear, and drink you some hot sauce.
Yeah,
that's it.
Appreciate you, brother.
Cheers, bro. Boom. The podcast.
Yeah, man. It was a good